What's up, everybody? This is Goddess Amazon here to give you the update on what went down between me and the new owner of the OWK. This video is going to be long, but I'm going to do my best to stick to the point and not ramble, because this is my third time recording this video because I've been rambling and venting. The short version is the OWK was sold by Queen Particia to a man. That's right, a man, 2 years ago. So for the last 2 years, the OWK has been owned and is currently operated by a man. The persona Queen Particia and the persona Madame Gabriella, they are part of the OWK business. So when he purchased the OWK business in itself, it includes the websites, plural, all of the websites. It included all of the merchandise that was affiliated with the OWK. We're talking about like the magazines, the equipment, the flags, and the paraphernalia. It also included the characters of the OWK, which are Queen Particia and Madame Gabriella. Queen Particia is a real, there is a real woman behind the persona Queen Particia, but her name is not really Queen Particia. Just like Goddess Amazon is my dominant name. It's a persona that I have in the DNS femdom lifestyle, but it's not my real name. It's a persona. The same thing with Madame Gabriella. So because these women are anonymous, you don't know what they look like, but I, and so is a select few of us who are still left. It's not that many of us. I'm telling you, I can count on one hand how many people are left who were affiliated with the OWK, who know what Queen Particia. We know what she looks like. We know what her facial features look like. We know how tall she is. We know what her body image is. The same thing with Madame Now, a lot of you all didn't get a chance to meet Madame Gabriella, but several of us did. All right. So she was always putting out fires, and she was the admin woman, and she was the go-to woman, and this, that, and the other. So, but she's been stopped. She stopped working for OWK many years ago. When they sold the compound, you know, she did a couple of works, but that was it. But the name itself is still part of the business. So when you send an email to the OWK for filming and it replies back, Madame Gabrielle, understand that that is not a woman, that is a man responding back to you. The same thing with FetLife. When he purchased the business 2 years ago, from my understanding, they had to go ahead and auction off the rest of the stuff that they didn't get a chance to auction off when the Queen sold the compound. And now he's trying to recoup a lot of money back by making a social presence through social media by joining Twitter and joining FetLife, and also being affiliated with Clips for Sale, which is where I come in. Now, OWK was a prestigious website. It was a prestigious business. It didn't need an American company like Clips for Sale to promote its stuff. The name in itself was so high caliber that it was beneath them to even have any kind of account with Clips for Sale. Now, little old me, I had just only my clips that I did at the OWK on my Clips for Sale store. So I have two stores. I have a regular store that just shows all my stuff, like black on black crime and spanking videos and verbal humiliation and boxing and things like that. So I have that store, but I also had an exclusive OWK Clips for Sale store, and those two stores have been alive and kicking since 2004, when I, along with other women, filmed at the OWK compound, which is no more, folks. The compound is gone. Stop believing these lies that this man is giving out to you all, that is coming back. It's never coming back. When we filmed at the OWK compound, we had the entire facility to ourselves because it was just us. And when I say us, the filming mistresses, and it was just 2 of us, sometimes 3. So we have one of the mistresses from the Czech Republic will show up every now and then and do a collaboration with us. But we would have access to those slaves, all right? And they would have their own rooms. It wasn't an individual room. There would be 2 to each room. And we would have our own room, okay? And we would eat and play with each other and actually have some downtime with us. I have nothing but good memories of all of this. My filming experience has nothing but great memories, okay? And so once the filming is over, you are given a contract to sign that Queen Particia has already signed. And she signs it with a real name, by the way. And the contract states that you and the OWK business, Otherworld Kingdom, they wouldn't say OWK, they put the business out. The Otherworld Kingdom have joint ownership of the videos and the pictures that were taken on the OWK compound, and that we were allowed to resell the DVDs. We were also allowed to resell the VHS tapes, but then that went out real quick. So that's just how long ago this was, because we were given VHS tapes, and then the VHS tapes turned to DVDs, and so we were allowed to resell those. The only stipulation was that if we wanted to buy new copies, we had to buy it from them. We couldn't make our own copies ourselves. Even if we had the equipment, we were not allowed to we were not allowed to copy from the copies to make our own copies. Yeah, we couldn't copy from the copies to make our own copies to resell. We had to get it from the source from them. And they would give us a CD with our videos that had their URL, which is owk.cz, and my URL, which was goddessamazon.com or mistressamazon.com, because I have both of those websites. So they would give us those pictures, and they were having a CD, and we were allowed to use those for our financial gain. So we can use those on our membership sites, or we can use them to promote ourselves, or we can use them on posters, and we can also make them out of posters and resell them. When it comes to the DVDs, we were allowed to sell them at whole price or any price we wanted, just as long as we got the copies from them. And we were allowed to take clips from those DVDs, and we were allowed to put them on our membership websites, or if we had a third-party merchant site that hosts video clips, like Clips for Sale. Like when Clips for Sale came out, there were 2 other, y'all gonna have to help me out with this one. It was Clips for Sale, and it was 2 other video clip hosters. But Clips for Sale was the main one that catered at that time to the BDSM community. But they ventured out. Now it's just a little bit of everything. But in the beginning, we made a shitload of money back in 2004, 5, and 6. Maybe it was just 2004 and 5. Anyway, I know I was getting some good checks from Clips for Sale, because they were the prime clip merchant that they had in the United States, and they're based out of Florida. So it was beneath OWK to have a Clips for Sale store, because they have a membership site, you understand? But the reason why I had a Clips for Sale store was because, one, I knew I was going to eventually get rid of my membership site. It was a lot of work that I just did not feel like investing in anymore. And at least I wanted to have some place where people could buy my video clips. And you actually made more money off of Clip for Sale stores did off of a membership site, because when you sign up for a membership site, you have access to all these clips and then some. So you got access to the clips, you got access to the articles, you got access to the webcam chats, and you also had access to all of those pictures, thousands and thousands of pictures. But with clips for sale, you know, you have to pay for individual clips, which ka-ching, it racked up money, because some people are like, I don't want to buy a membership site, but I sure want to see you fuck that guy up his ass with that big old black dildo. You know what I'm saying? It was something like that. So for the OWK to have a clips for sale store at that time was like Prada selling its bag in Walmart or Target or Target. All right, it was just like, why would you trash the quality and the prestige of such a thing by selling it at a low level or low tier company? And I'm just saying, it was like the OWK at that time was Bloomingdale's, and clips for sale was just Walmart. I love clips for sale. Don't get me wrong. I love clips for sale, but I'm just saying, it's just it would just slant the caliber of OWK to be affiliated with an American clip merchant when they have their own membership store. Okay, but I digress. So we were given joint copyrights. We were allowed to sell our DVDs. We were allowed to sell the clips. We were allowed to upload them to our membership site. We were given this, and I have the contract. So when I got a notice, hold on, I wrote notes. When I got a notice from Clips for Sale on March the 17th, yeah, because the guy who owns the OWK now, he followed me on my Twitter on March the 3rd, and they filed the takedown, the DMCA takedown notice that following week. But the motherfucker he's so slick. He was slick. What he did was he followed me and started promoting all of these old clips, and I'm looking at these clips, I'm looking at these videos, I'm like, oh my god, I remember that, I remember this, and I started to retweet it to my followers, which was promoting his business, not knowing that this motherfucker had filed a DMCA takedown on my store of my clips that I have joint ownership of. So when he did it, I lost my shit. Oh, I lost my shit. Here's the thing. I'm not the only one they did this to. They filed, because it's not that many of us who had clips for sale stores. It just wasn't. It was only 3 of us. And he came after all 3 of us. The other 2 ladies buckled down and said, I don't want this fight. And so they just let the store stay down. Hell no. That's my fucking store. That's my money. I have legal rights to sell that store. Not only that, that store been up for 12 years, maybe longer than that. No, I'll say 12 years. My store has been up and running for 12 years, and your John come lately ass want to like get all of the pie and shut down my shit? Boy, you know, fuck with the wrong one. So anyway, I had my lawyer. I went to my file cabinet to find the contract that I signed stating that I have joint rights to these clips. And I have every right to sell them because I have joint ownership to them. So we sent we counter notice, and he got it. And this motherfucker sends me an email telling me, you're ready for this? He told me that the contract I signed with Queen Particia expired. You You playing with my intelligence, okay? There was no expiration date on those contracts. As long as you are alive and kicking, you can sell those motherfuckers till the cows come home. The only stipulation was that we had to get the copies from the OWK. We could not make our own copies, but that don't apply anymore ever since you done filed that false DMCA takedown on me, because now I'm gonna make my own fucking copies. Fuck you, okay? Okay. Alright. So my store was restored on March the 20th. I won the counter. They had to take me to court if they wanted to pursue it, but they knew they wasn't going to spend all that money, and two, they didn't have any basis for even trying to take me to court, because I had a motherfucking signed contract from the original owner of the original OWK stating that I had joint copyrights. All of us have, but I should have brought my water. But he's being a bully by thinking that the influence that the OWK had on the DNS community is applicable now. Sweetie, once the Queen sold that compound, there is no more OWK. It's no more. It's gone. So anyway, during the time when my store was taken down, I made a couple of phone calls to some people who I'm still close with, who work tightly with the OWK. So, you know, when they sold the compound, you know, the Queen was supporting a lot of the slaves. They were very loyal to her. And the Queen has a daughter who she was going to pass that business to. But her daughter wasn't interested. She just did not want to have anything to do with women over men. She didn't want to have anything to do with female domination whatsoever. And she didn't want to take over the business. And Madame Gabriella was like, I definitely don't want to take over those goddamn business anyway. So there's no legacy for the Queen to pass that down. Not only that though, but let's just talk about the compound in itself. And I'm talking to the women who actually been there, not those of you who saw the shit on on video. God, I wish I need to get some water. If I keep coughing, I'm gonna pause the video and go get my water out the car. I gotta do it. I gotta get some water. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm back. I had to get my water. I had a frog in my throat. Anyway, I think I was talking about Queen Particia, only child, which is her daughter, didn't want to have anything to do with the OWK business because she's not dominant, and she had no interest in BDSM or DNS whatsoever. And Gabriella didn't have any interest in it either. And those of us who actually stayed on the compound, we knew that those rooms need renovating big time. What Queen Particia would do was she would raise the price, but she wouldn't upgrade the fucking rooms. It was those cheap ass twin size beds, no TV, no internet connection, no bathtub, just a small shower, and the hot water to the shower would cut off at 10 o'clock p.m. and they will cut it back on at 6 o'clock a.m. So if you wanted to take a midnight hot shower, fuck that, too bad. You were not going to be given a chance. The food was very mediocre, a lot of fried shit. But the thing about it is, with all of that going down, it was the slaves who really made it memorable for me. Oh, and also the celebration. Well, the celebration was great too, because you got a chance to interact with other well-known dominas worldwide, and you got a chance to meet the Queen. And it was just a beautiful thing. But the Queen knew that she was going to have to renovate those rooms. The ceilings were falling apart. They were caving in. She needed to upgrade those rooms because a lot of the women who did stay there for filming, they hated the accommodation. It was like, you know, being in jail. For those of you who have the pleasure of experiencing jail, it was just you know, cheap bed, cheap this, cheap that, everything. But the biggest thing she knew she was going to have to do was make those rooms internet. She was going to put internet connections in those rooms, which was going to cost her a lot of money. So she's going to have to renovate those rooms. Oh, the rooms didn't have phones in them either. It was just really a basic room with a little closet, a wooden closet, a small shower, and the hot water was cut off at 10 o'clock and turned on at 6 o'clock. No TV, no radio, no nothing. So, you know, we had no choice but to play with the subbies. If we wanted to amuse ourselves, they had pool tables, they had a pool. There was a lot of things to do outside of your room, but it was so boring in the room, you wouldn't want to stay in there. You definitely wanted to go out there and have your way with the slaves. But she knew that was going to cost her a lot of money, thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars, and she just wasn't interested. So, you know, and since her daughter wasn't interested, there was no need to keep that compound. It was just not in her financial interest to keep it, and it just, she was burnt out and she was over it. She was over it. All right. And therefore, the OWK is now an online presence. The compound was no more. Now, they have tried, not when I say they, I'm talking about people who had the love for the OWK and who have filmed and done business with the OWK, but not Queen Particia and definitely not Madame Gabriella. They didn't, some people affiliated with the OWK, but not to that level, try to create another OWK in Cyprus, and it never happened. And it won't ever happen because the Queen inherited that land from her deceased ancestors, and now she just sold it. So that was the place where they got their filming content. That was what kept that well from running dry, was the compound. You came to the compound to show how women over men really lives. And it was real. It was real. The original OWK was real. This shit they got now, fake, fake, fake. So, which I'm really shocked that she sold it to this guy. And I found out about him when I made some phone calls, because during the time that I was constantly at the OWK, I befriended a lot of the filming slaves. I befriended the slaves who actually kept the OWK clean when there was no one there, who ran the OWK. I mean, I still keep contact with them by email. And when this shit went down, I made an email. I could reached out to an email to a couple of them. Two of them reached back to me, and they went from email to phone because I needed to hear from them personally what is going on with the OWK business, because the compound is gone. All right, and I know that this man is getting a rumor mill going, thinking that you all are going to fall for it, and many of you are falling for it, believing that the OWK, the original OWK, is coming back. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's never coming back. It is gone forever. And those of you who are going to do filming with the business, I gotta make sure I put that emphasis on. The OWK of today is just a business. It's not the original OWK, which was owned and ran by women. The new OWK that's ran by a man, if you do want to do filming over there, you will not stay at the compound. You will stay in a cheap ass hotel. Ladies, if you all, those of you who still around and you have attended the celebration and they ran out of rooms on the compound, you remember that cheap ass hotel they threw us in? Yeah. That's where they put the filming slaves and the filming mistresses, in that cheap ass hotel. Terrible food, terrible customer service. The rooms, and oh, by the way, these rooms have TVs. I don't think they have internet access. They have phones. They also had cheap ass radios, but it's all for Czech Republic. You don't want to watch any of that stuff on there. Of course, they don't have bathtubs. They have the showers, and the showers are still cut off at 10 o'clock p.m. and turned on at 5 o'clock a.m. over there at that hotel. But it's just, you're in a Motel 6 type of hotel. And for those of you who live outside of the United States and you don't know what I'm talking about, if 5-star is the top of the line, we're talking about the Waldorf Astoria, it's 5-star. The hotel that the OWK business is going to put you in is going to be a 1.5 stars. Also, if you go there as a filming slave, if it's 6 of y'all, all 6 of y'all going to be crammed in that one motherfucking room. They're going to have cots for y'all, and y'all going to have to figure out who's going to sleep on the bed. It's totally nothing like it was at the original OWK. At the original OWK, they would put the slaves 2 by 2 in these rooms. and it was just a beautiful thing, but they're not going to have that. And then they put on there, I wrote the notes, by the way. They put in there that the filming is going to happen at the OWK Castle area. This is, first of all, the OWK Castle area is the entire fucking country-ass town that the OWK was on. You're not going to be filming on the compound. Do you understand this? They have a rented facility, which is the castle area, and they want you all to pretend that that is the OWK compound. It's all a sham, folks. It's all a sham. This man is trying to make his money back for purchasing the OWK business. And when the Queen sold the compound, she had 5 years worth of content left. Now the well has run dry, and what he's doing is he has set up an account with Clips for Sale, and he's recycling all of these old ass clips and all of these clips and all of the footage from years and years and years and years and years of visiting mistresses, and he's reselling them. Okay, so he's reselling old shit. If you have been a member of the OWK CZ website, you've seen these clips before. It's the same old shit. He's just reselling them because he's trying to get his money back. And then he got the rumor mill making you all believe, especially you poor subbies who never got a chance to experience the OWK. I'm sorry for you. Sorry. I mean, you did miss out. I'm not going to tell you that the OWK experience was not a good one. It was. It was really, really good. I can't say nothing but good things about the original OWK. But it ain't shit now. It's just a business. He's just trying to sell that stuff so he can at least get out of the red that he's been in for the last years, because he's lost a lot of money investing in this business. So they joined Fat Life in January. They joined Twitter and got 3 accounts. The real OWK, bullshit. It should be the fake ass OWK. The real OWK, Dominity 2, and Womania Empire. I don't even know what the hell that is. WOMANIA Empire is a Twitter account. So he has all 3 Twitter accounts, and all of these accounts are used to promote clips on Clips for Sale, because he knows he can make more money on Clips for Sale than his original website. If you want to see what I'm talking about, a prestigious website, I want you to check out English Mansion. I've never done videos with them ever. But this is to show you of high caliber and shit. Alright? English Mansion always have visiting dominas to come over and film with them. They have their slaves. They also have filming slaves. And they always have fresh content to provide to their members. The well will never run fucking dry with the English Mansion. Now, for them, a high caliber website like that, a high caliber Femdom DNS website like that, to have a clips for sale store, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like selling Bentleys in a Volkswagen. It's like selling Bentleys and a Volkswagen. The prestige is gone. The high caliber level of the name is gone. It's no more it's more ew. It's just what it is now. So I'm sorry, I'm ranting. But anyway, so that's what's going on. They're showing you old pictures. They're showing you old videos. They're trying to get the excuse me, they're trying to get the dominers who have, the ones that are left, who visit the OWK, to promote their shit by activating your memories of how it used to be back then. And it did a number on me, because they showed pictures I totally forgot all about. And I would retweet it to my followers like, I remember this video. This slave was so fucking scared. He shit his pants. And you all like, oh, wow, the OWK. Let me go to their website. Oh, they're selling some shit. Let me go buy it. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Oh, you mean to tell me the OWK is going to come back? Oh, I can finally experience what everybody else experienced. Fuck that. It's never going to happen. And anyway, once I found out that they were using me, as they're using other dominers who filmed there to promote their shit, and they try to illegally take my stuff down because they don't want me to make money off my own shit. They want me to send my followers, my fans, to them so he can recoup all of the financial gain. Fuck you. Fuck you. You are not going to do that. So when we filed the counter, he replied back to me and said that that the contract that I signed was expired. I told him there is no expiration date. I scanned the contract and I emailed it back to him. And then this motherfucker told me that if I don't drop the counter, he's going to... I can't even say this shit without laughing. He's going to strip me of my Sublime Lady citizenship title. Now, I laughed. I had a good old laugh. I said, fuck you and fuck that title. Because it means nothing. Calling yourself a Sublime Lady citizen is the same as saying I was the captain of my high school football fucking team and I won and I made the winning touchdown that got us into the championship. Whoop-de motherfucking do. That's what you did that shit many years ago. What the fuck you doing now? Nothing. Nobody gives a fuck what you used to be. Nobody gives a fuck what you was. What the fuck are you now? So I thought about it and I went and got, I want to show y'all something. Then I went in the video. I went into my I have a chest that has all my OWK paraphernalia in it, and I just couldn't help but pull out some things because I'm about to say goodbye. Fuck them. I said, take that motherfucker. Fuck you. My reply was, and I'm saying this verbatim, fuck you and fuck the Sublime Lady citizenship title. You can have it all. By the time you all see this video, I probably would have removed all of my affiliations with the OWK off my website. I'm part of the problem. I was keeping it alive and kicking by saying, Goddess Amazon, Sublime Lady citizenship, Sublime Lady citizen of the OWK. Fuck them. It's a meaningless title. It serves no purpose. It holds no value whatsoever. It's nothing. But I wanted to show y'all something like when it was the original OWK, you got this pretty passport, and see, look at that now. Can you see? Yeah. I want to make sure I don't want to. Here we go. You got the pretty passport, right? And it's just whenever you come there, they'll stamp it. They'll stamp your passport, and then you get the OWK money. And they put it in this little case here. I'm going to always keep this. I'm never going to throw this away because, first of all, I paid a lot of motherfucking money for this shit. It's not cheap to become a lady citizen of the OWK, Sublime Lady Citizen. You also got this certificate that is on special parchment paper. And if you hold it up to the sun or to the light, you're able to see the OWK symbol. But here it has the seal. You can't see it because it's imprinted here, right there. They also have the ink seal that's stamped over your picture here as well. Look at me. Pretty Curtis and my son. Yeah, that's her, that's her. And Queen Particia signs the bottom of this. And then also this paper here is the what it means to be an OWK lady citizen. Sublime ladies, it just makes you really proud. And as you can see, mine was given on June the 5th, 2004. If you can see it, let's see. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, so I had it for many, many years. The same time I've had my fucking OWK store on clips for sale. I am going to always keep this. Even though I don't give a fuck about that title anymore, it means nothing. It holds no prestige because when the compound was up and running, there were benefits to being a Sublime Lady Citizen. You were given discounts off of the property. So if you wanted to spend a weekend or a week at the OWK, you were given a huge discount to stay there. You were also given free access to the membership site. So I had membership. That's how I learned how to make my own membership site, was by watching the OWK, because they gave me a username and password to OWK, Dominity, Cruel Women, and things like that, Toilet Slave, this and the other. I had a username and password to all of these websites, and that was one of the perks of being a Sublime Lady. You was also given a discount off the celebration. It was just, and it also just gave you an affiliation, because as long as the compound existed, you had a connection to something that was real. When the compound was sold, it was like selling Walt Disney World for female dominers. There was nothing that we could connect to where we could say, hey, there's a real place in the Czech Republic where we can really, really be rulers over men. It's gone, y'all. And being this means nothing. It serves no fucking purpose. So why the fuck would I let you run over me for a meaningless title? Fuck that shit. And I told that motherfucker, I said, you take the goddamn thing. I don't give a shit. And I don't, because what the fuck is being a Sublime Lady means anyway? All it means is that you paid a shitload of money for a title that's dead now. It's a dead title. Fuck it. So, in conclusion, folks, just want y'all to know that if someone is pretending to be Madame Gabriella, understand it's not the real Madame Gabriella. We know what she looks like. Those, like I said, a handful of us. I know Irene definitely knows what she looks like, and I do too. We all know what the Queen looks like, because we have seen her at the celebrations. And she did come to several of my filming, so I know exactly what the Queen looks like. They can't hire some woman from that country ass town that they stay in and make her pretend to be Queen Particia. They can't do that. Because I'll look at her body. I'll just look at her body and go, that ain't the queen. They lying. Alright? Because I know how tall the queen is. And I know how tall Gabriella is. And I know what their physiques looks like. And I know what their facial features are. So you can't fucking play that with me. So because of that, they can use the name. Because the name comes with the business. Understand that when you get a message from Madam Gabriella, you're getting a message from a man. Understand that when someone addresses you and they put Queen Particia, please know that that's a man. It is no longer women over men. OWK is now a man who rules women who are over men. It's a fucking sham. So you can still buy those old ass clips. You can. I don't care. I don't give a shit anymore. I just wanted to let you all know what the deal is. I also wanted to let that motherfucker know you picked the wrong bitch to fuck with. Okay, you could have gotten away with those other two, but you should have got the memo to not fuck with me. And I will. You cost me money for having my store down for 2 weeks. I will get it back. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to get it back, but I'm going to get my fucking money back at your expense. See, I'm not the type of person that'll tell you what I do. I just fucking do it. Because I'm not going to let you prepare for this shit. And if you want to get me, bring your ass over to the United States and get me. But you know you're not. So I'm going to fuck you over. And once I get my money back for what you cost me or of illegally taking down my store, then we're done. Consider it even and leave me alone, and I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not going to promote y'all anymore. I'm not going to talk about y'all. I'm going to still promote my shit. Don't get me wrong. My OWK store will fucking stay up forever or until I'm gone, which is no time soon. As you can see, black ain't cracking over here. All right? I'm still, even though I have been underneath the radar, I'm still here, baby. I ain't going nowhere. And that's why I said y'all picked the wrong bitch to fuck with. Don't fuck with my money. Don't fuck with my money. Yeah. Should have got that goddamn memo. But anyway, once I get my money, I'm done. And I'm removing all of y'all shit off of my website. Y'all don't want to have anything to do with me. Ditto. Alright? You can go ahead and hustle this shit and make all these goddamn new submissives believe that the OWK is coming back. Hey, if they want to believe Santa Claus is real, fine. I ain't going to even intervene with that shit anymore. Let them believe whatever they want to believe. You can go ahead and hustle them. You can go ahead and have all these other dominas believe that you are the real deal and that this is women over men. But I know the truth. And so does my other friends. They know the truth too. We know what's going on. And you just got suckers and you got saints. And you can have the suckers, but I'm taking the saints. So fuck you and fuck the bitch that gave birth to you. And you better not come my way anymore. And you better not fuck with my money again.